finishing this world, the next world, and then get the fuck out of here. Oh! You can actually use the D-pad to... Oh, wow. So that might allow you to go back to the start of the map a lot quicker. If you just hold the D-pad down. Presumably, you... Is it bad that I do not recognize this specific nightmare, by the way? The one that looks a little bit like a gecko? Do not recognize it at all. The ones that are submerged when they spawn. These ones, I recognize. I recognize them in a different coloration. Wait, no. Not for these ones. These ones are the same color in the HD. There's no final mix for Dream Drop. I'm just being an idiot. These ones I recognize. The submerged ones, I do not recognize. Does the HD version have different colors? I'm starting to think it might. I don't think it does. There certainly isn't a final mix version of this game. I think I'm just confused at this point. I don't think there is a different coloration. Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm thinking about the difference between nightmares and spirits. Those are different colorations. That's like the entire point. Every Dream Eater has a nightmare form and a spirit form. And the huge difference being they look a bit meaner and generally have like more purple and black tints to them. Which is very classically just evil. Like purple and black. I'm not saying Kingdom Hearts isn't original. Okay, I am saying Kingdom Hearts isn't original in that respect. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because that is, like, some things are cliched because they work, right? Clichés don't just happen for no reason. Clichés happen because a certain thing in a certain medium works, and that's why everybody fucking uses it. So saying something is cliché is just saying that it's a useful tool. And tends to be overused. So I try to avoid the word cliché and try to use the word overused. Even though it still sounds negative, it is a more exact representation of what you probably mean when you say cliché. And there we go again with language talk. Language is just an interesting thing, okay? It's something very important, because it is the only way that what is in my head can end up in your head. And the more precise and well-designed a language is, the more exact the message that was in my brain will be translated or transferred to your brain. Like, the less room for interpretation or error there is, the better that communication. Like, if we had a... If you would describe an image, right? And I would give you the pointer, okay, so the sky is blue. That leaves a lot of room for interpretation, because blue is a pretty, like, wide word. It encompasses a lot of actual, like, colors. If I told you the exact color code it would be if you, like, eyedrop it in Photoshop, you would exactly know what color it was. Is that an efficient way to communicate? No, because then you need to remember, like, something like 5 trillion colors. Which is insane. So obviously that's not going to work. But it would be a more exact way. And I would be assured that at least the thing I say, there is no margin for error at all. You know exactly what I mean when I give you the exact color code. Assuming you know what that color code responds to. Relates to. Which is unrealistic for anybody to expect. I mean, if you work a lot with like colors and like graphic design or something like that, you probably know a couple of color codes by heart, like certain types of grey you probably use a lot. Black, like pure black, even though you never should use pure black, but that's a thing in and of itself. Pure white, again, never should use pure white, but you probably know the color code for it. And then some other colors you might like use often. Like I used to know the color code for my company logo. It's green and purple. I used to at some point, like a year and a half ago, at some point I committed it to memory because I just thought it was going to be useful. Spoiler, it wasn't useful. I used to know the exact color codes for the exact purple and the exact green that were used in that branding. I have forgotten it since because it turns out it wasn't actually useful information that I used a lot. And when I went to use it, I always double checked because I wasn't actually sure if I remembered. So I kind of just forgot. So remembering color codes is definitely not the most efficient way for like your brain to store it. But it's a very efficient way for the communication itself. I don't know how this Kingdom Hearts Let's Play turned into Philosophy Hour with Vlogger Games, but I hope you guys are enjoying it, because this is my favorite kind of commentary to provide, honestly. Like, just balls of the walls, weird-ass philosophy. That's the kind of thing that I am very much interested in, and the thing that I am, like, most passionate to talk about most of the time. Probably. How many stars do we actually have? We have 8! It's going to be some grinding involved here, which I might do a bit off-screen. Because we're going to end it again after this. Because we're an hour and a half in. Again, I'm taking it a bit easy today. We're not finishing the entire game today anyway, so might as well take 2 days to complete it. And then it'll be Monday by the time we finish the game. I can probably write a bit of the script tomorrow before I finish the game. Finish the script by, hopefully by Tuesday. Record the voiceover for it. Have a Wednesday, Thursday to edit it. 1 day buffer for if anything tends to go wrong. And then by Friday I can have the review up before the deadline I had set myself. So it seems doable. By the time this video goes up on YouTube, the review will have been up for like a week probably. Because I think this is like episode 35, something like that probably. And I'm only doing 2 a day, so this is about 2 weeks. 2 weeks in, which is very likely to be more than 1 week. Because that's just how numbers work. I also need to take care of some other things aside from editing today, because I do think I got a message that's work related that might need a bit of attention. At least I probably should read it to see if it is very urgent. Again, it's Sunday, so anything that needs to be in order for the next work week to start for everybody involved probably needs to be done tonight. If that's relevant at all. It might not be relevant. It might just be saying today's video looks good. Looking forward to tomorrow's video, which should have been done today. My client wouldn't be that passive-aggressive, probably. Just that I'm kind of disappointed with myself for not finishing it. Because now next week I'm going to be behind schedule because I need to finish this week's work. I fucking hate it when that happens. It's just annoying.